Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present our research at ICBO. My name is Anna He,
My name is Katelyn Her.
and we will be presenting ontology-based updated profiling of COVID-19 vaccine adverse events using VAERS case reports.
The purpose of vaccines is to train the immune system to recognize and fight the pathogens without causing the disease. COVID-19 vaccines have proven to be safe and effective, with an estimated over 14.4 million lives saved within the first year of vaccination. However, in some rare cases, individuals have experienced mostly mild vaccine adverse events, VAEs, with very rare occasions of serious events. The main vaccines used in the US were the Pfizer and Moderna, with both their monovalent and bivalent formulations. The Janssen vaccine was in use from February of 2021 to May 2023, but then discontinued due to the exceedingly high rates of thrombosis. Next slide, please. In 2022, we reported the VAEs, and now our question is, what has changed in VAE profiles since then? We additionally noted higher percentages of VAEs for females, so we addressed the question of how sex and age affect the type and frequency of COVID-19 VAEs in this new study. Next slide, please. Here is our two-layered approach. For the case report analysis, we gathered case reports from the CDC FDA Safety Surveillance Program, known as Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, VAERS, and used a COVID-19 vaccine database and analysis system to analyze the profiles of VAEs. We then used a large language model assessment using biomedical literature abstracts from PubMed and a Python program utilizing LLM to interpret those abstracts to further verify and evaluate our findings from VAE analysis. Next slide, please. We first compared the three vaccines used in the time frame of 2020 to 2021, and again for 2020 to 2024. We found that ageusia and taste disorder was shared between all three from the study of 2020 to 2021, while 2020 to 2024 only shared taste disorder. Janssen was shown to have the most unique VAEs across both comparisons. The mRNA vaccines, Pfizer and Moderna, had fewer unique VAEs over time. Next slide, please. In this comparison between the monovalent and bivalent formulations between both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, we found that bivalent formulations showed more total significant VAEs overall, and that there were fewer VAEs for each manufacturer over time. There is a greater overlap across the formulations, and safety profiles remain generally favorable. Next slide, please.
Our research also analyzed sex differences in vaccine adverse events. We built upon our previous analysis using an expanded 2020 to 2024 dataset. We confirmed that a higher percentage of females than males reported common AEs, such as headache, fatigue, and pyrexia. And among the top 10 most frequently reported AEs, as shown in the table, 9 had a female to male percentage ratio greater than 1. We also focused on the effect of sex on 3 concerning VAEs in particular: myocarditis, Guillain-Barré syndrome, or GBS, and thrombosis. Sex had an effect on the AEs, with GBS and myocarditis occurring more often in males than females percentage-wise. Meanwhile, for thrombosis, the female to male percentage ratios were closer to 1, suggesting more balanced occurrence rates between sexes. Next, we further analyzed the effect of sex on VAEs through an ontological lens. We used the criteria of having at least 200 case reports and a 2-fold percentage ratio to find the sex-biased VAEs. We applied an ontology-based hierarchical classification using the Ontology of Adverse Events, or OAE. we found that there were 21 VAEs, or 19 OAE terms, in females and 21 VAEs, or 20 OAE terms, in males that were statistically significant. Female-biased AEs were generally non-life-threatening, such as sensory, injection site skin, or homeostasis AEs, while male-biased AEs were often more severe and clinically significant, including cardiovascular and respiratory VAEs. Interestingly, the death AE appeared biased towards males, specifically senior males with comorbidities.
We analyzed the influence of age, sex, and formulation of the death VAE percentages of cases for each age group. From these dot plots, with blue representing males and red representing females, there's a noticeable male bias, with the male-female ratio being around 2.8. Across all the plots, the case percentage rates increase steeply with age, and the peak is at the 80+ age group. The bivalent formulation showed higher rates of cases, around 2 to 3 times more. These results show the combined effect of age, sex, and formulation on VAEs. Next slide, please. We studied the age effect. There is a general trend across the vaccines with an initial peak in the 0 to 9 age group, a drop in early adolescence and gradual increase with age, and highest peak in the 60 to 79 age range. Bivalent formulations had higher rates in the 60 to 79 age range than their monovalent formulation. The Janssen vaccine uniquely had its highest peak in the 0 to 9 age range and not 60 to 79 like the others. Next slide, please. We studied the age and sex patterns of the 3 concerning AEs. There are clear age and sex trends across the significant AEs. For myocarditis, there's a peak in the 10 to 19 age range in males for the monovalent formulations of both Pfizer and Moderna. GBS had its peak for males in the 50 to 69 age range. Bivalent formulations show lower but more variable rates. This highlights that biological and demographic factors affect AE risks. Next slide, please.
Our next layer of study involved a literature assessment of the sex differences in VAEs using a large language model. We first extracted 1,586 papers related to COVID-19 VAEs for females or males from PubMed. Then we created a Python program that utilizes OpenAI GPT to process these abstracts. This involved giving both a system and a human prompt. The program outputted verdicts, including supports, contradicts, and irrelevant, along with a rationale. The 2 assessment criteria inputted into the human prompt section were summaries of our previous findings related to sex effects, one about the males and one about the females. We found that around 300 articles supported or partially supported one or both statements. The results help validate our findings that females and males experience higher rates of different kinds of adverse events. ChatGPT's verdicts and rationale were then verified by 2 reviewers. Overall, ChatGPT was mostly accurate. We then underwent manual review of ChatGPT's outputs. Our literature assessment made clear that the sex effect of VAEs often depended on specific vaccine types and age groups, such as male-biased myocarditis VAEs being more frequently reported in young adult males. Overall, our VAERS results were validated. Our research presented a comprehensive update on safety profiles of COVID-19 vaccines using VAERS data. Our ontological classification supports our data analysis. The fact that fewer statistically significant AEs with monovalent vaccines in 2020 to 24 compared to 2020 to 21 suggested the idea that AE profiles in COVID-19 vaccines have improved over the years. This is further supported by how bivalent versus monovalent Pfizer and Moderna vaccines exhibited distinct overlapping AE profiles. In addition, our study analyzed the effects of age and sex on VAE profiles with key discoveries. Although VAERS has biases due to self-reporting, it is still widely used for pattern detection with large case report data available and findings verified through the LLM. We hope that in the future, we can dive deeper into our research by incorporating large data sets like N3C and all of us electronic health records and more mechanistic analysis. This study was partially supported by the U24 NIH grant. Thank you for listening, and we are ready for any questions.
Vocabulary.